Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Huncho. I'm doing a quick little video recapping this week's trades. Gonna talk a little bit about the trades that I took and why I took them, what I was looking at on SPY. Right, that's all I really trade. And we're gonna go ahead and start the trades that we took on Monday. So all of these trades, I alert them. There's no guarantee that the trades will go in our favor. I just simply post all the trades that I take. Right, some of them don't go in my favor. Some of them do. You can go ahead and check my Discord, and you can check my track record, and you can see all that information for yourself. Right. So let's get to it. It was Monday, November 18th. We called at 10 a.m. SPY 589 calls. Right, and this was like a lotto trade. So it was when I usually say lottos, that basically means like I'm not going in real heavy. Right. It depends if it like breaks a key pivot, then I'll probably like add more. But sometimes I go heavy, sometimes I don't. But it's kind of just to let people know that it's like it can go right in either way, because I kind of played it maybe probably a little bit too late, or like maybe kind of like a mid entry, like maybe off the EMAs or VWAP, or way past the key level, could be right. But this was at 10 a.m. So it was at 10:08. So it was right at this candle right here. So I call calls right here because I always like to wait for a moment of consolidation for an entry, because especially after like a big move. So obviously, as you guys can see, this bounce really clean off this key level of 585.55, which was a support of ours. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was gonna call the bottom. I wanted to call the bottom, but we were getting these like drops, as you guys see this wicks, and another, this candle poked it again, and then we got another candle that, poked it again, right? Even though, buyers were clearly present, but as we could see, like it was supporting pretty well in the first 30 minutes of the market. And I was gonna call calls off the support level, but we were under the EMAs, and I kind of really didn't, want to lotto it, even though it wasn't lotto, but kind of want to just play a little bit more safer, right, and at least get above the EMAs, right? Just get a little bit more confirmation. So every time we always get a move, whether it be like a strong candle to the upside or the downside, I always try to look for when price starts to consolidate, right? When price consolidates and volume is decreasing, most of the times there's two things that happen. Either the move continues, right, to the next key level, or it reverses, right? Now, I spend a lot of time charting and a lot of times looking at my levels and trying to get levels in and looking at areas of very important key levels down. And I have a really, high conviction on these levels, right? So I usually just take my trades off of them. All right. So that's really my strategy. And right. So if I'm at a key level, especially like a key pivot, which are my white lines, my key pivots basically are levels where a big move like has either got rejected or bounced, right? And then I got my like areas of like support. So some of these are red, some of these are green. Basically areas where like price rejected, pulled back, or pulled back and bounced, or supported intraday, right? So if price is like bouncing around or is like getting real toppy near a key pivot, that's when I usually, even if it's above the EMAs, I go for shorts, right? And sometimes it plays out. Sometimes, the key pivot breaks. But if I'm going to go, for calls, and I might as well just wait for the key pivot to break above. If you would have waited for the key pivot to break above, I had a friend, he actually took this trade, like right above this key pivot, and it went green for him, right? But I just wanted to take it off this consolidation area, especially since we were like, bouncing above the 90 MA. I took that trade, and this trade went over. It was probably over like a good, almost like a 200% right there. Or, yeah, no, it actually went over 300%, right? That was over 300%. And same thing, I took two trades that day, which was 589 calls, and then we took, which trade did we took? Oh, 591 calls, right? And this was another lotto that we threw, right? And this was at 11:17. So as you guys can see right here, at 11. Yeah, so 11.17. So right around this area, same thing. You guys see this consolidation zone, especially since we were above, we were bouncing around this key level as well. So when we were above here, I called autos, right? Same scenario, and expected for another push to the upside, and we got that push, right? And then we got a nice where was it at? When did we close? So it was like at 75%. So we got a nice 75% right there. I think it went up to like 100%, but I only took profits at like 75. But yeah, it was a green trade, and that was basically it for the move to the upside, right? And then I think we played puts as well. So like this was another lotto towards the end of the day, which was 586 puts. So we entered at 220. So let's go ahead and see where's 220. Yeah, so right here, guys. So at 220, where was it at? Oh yeah, right here. So we played off of this candle close off this of the VWAP, right? And even though we were at a key pivot, price was getting pretty weak, so I just wanted to, get in early, and basically I was convinced that SPY was gonna keep leaking, right? It eventually started consolidating and didn't really move much, but the cons did move nicely, so we got a nice little 40% right there. And then I had some runners and I cut them. It was almost a little bit of a break even trade. I consider it probably like a 20% to be honest, but I closed pretty quick because it reversed really nicely towards the end of the day, right? So that's it for Monday. Let's go ahead and go on Tuesday, which was November 19th. So we called this pretty early, which was at 9:49 a.m. And this was 589 calls, which was at 9:49, so around 9:50. Let's see right here, guys. Yeah, so right here at 9. All right, yeah. All right, guys. So look, we called calls right here. This play was pretty scary at first. I almost got stopped out, but so we took this trade right off the key pivot right here. As you guys can see, this bounce right off the key pivot. So we entered right here, right at this when we were above this key level, because we opened above here. So I wanted to take this candle to the upside, right? Wanted to ride it to the upside, and right when we enter, we entered around. Well, actually, we right above the 9, so right around here, and this completely flipped as we entered. Immediately went red, and this candle right here got bought up really quick, right? I usually don't really stop out unless like I see that it's holding under the key pivot, and I see that it's just staying around there. But this didn't even last for like a minute. It was just literally like a 30-second move to the downside and just completely got bought up. So when I usually see stuff like that, I don't know if did I call another lotto? No, I didn't. Not there. But when I usually see candles get bought up like that, I'm just like, you know what? This could mean that this is just gonna end up flipping. It was probably just liquidity sweep, and we ended up bouncing back above our key pivot, right? As you guys can see, we got 1 and 2, so 2 bounces, strong bounces. We got nice wicks, and we were holding it, especially above VWAP and the EMAs, when you get 1 close on the VWAP or the key pivot. So we were definitely still in this trade, and then we finally got that move around like 10, right, like almost 10:30. We got this nice move to the upside, and even hit our key pivot, and even got above it, closed above it, and we kept riding. We took our second trade, which was at what time? Let's go ahead and see. It was at 11. Let's confirm. Yeah, so right at 11:08. At 11. Yeah, right here at 11:08. Same thing. Price was consolidating. I should have bought off the key pivot. I was gonna buy off of there, but I ended up getting in a little bit late because I just really wanted to see some more volume to the upside. I didn't want to get this, because as I saw how it rejected here, I didn't want to enter and just get rejected again. But I just pulled the trigger and call lotto calls right there. It was which one was it? 591 calls, and we got this nice move to the upside, right? And this was, I believe, was around like a, this was like a 40%. No, it wasn't even 40%. I'm lying. It was 100%. Yeah, so we ended up closing these at, so we basically got one, the 589 calls went over 280%, and then the lottos went over 100%. Well, went exactly 100%. I think I closed at like 90%. So yeah, like around here, this would have, we closed around here, guys, when price was, really getting choppy and was just holding up around here, and we would have kept holding. If I would have kept holding some runners, this would have turned into like a 700%, guys. This was crazy. Tuesday was really, really crazy. Clean price action. Very, very good opportunities. And yeah, you could have definitely banked this day if you were in calls. And yeah, I should have held some runners. That was my mistake. But at least we closed really green, which was really good. If you're getting a 200%er on a trade, like, that's, what else do you want? That's a good day. All right. So then we those were the only two trades that we took on Tuesday. And let's go ahead and go at 11:20, which was Wednesday. Let's go ahead and see what's up Wednesday. Oh, I remember Wednesday. Wednesday was clean. All right, so first trade we took was at 9:56, almost 10 a.m. And we took 580 puts. So I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I was thinking about calling puts at the open, just because how price was acting in the open. Man, we're talking about a VWAP and the 9 EMA reject and the reject off the key pivot. This was a clean entry if you would have entered puts right here. This would have been a massive, like 500% right there, yo. But when I saw this flush and I was like, man, I completely missed out. Then again, how did I take this trade? Why did I take puts? We took it at what time? It was at 9:56, right? So 9:56, 9:55. So yeah, 9:56, right? Yeah, right around here, guys. So this is when we took it. We took it literally right here. That's when we entered. And same thing, areas where once you see price consolidating after a large move, when you see it consolidating, right, and you see weakness, because obviously price could have reversed, but if this were actually going to reverse, I would wait for it to get above at least this key level, which was 588, 76, right, for us to get it close above here. Then I'd probably ride it to the upside. But the thing is, we didn't even get a strong candle, a green candle close. Volume wasn't really pumping, so I was just expecting for another leak to happen. And we took puts, and as you guys can see, we hit our key pivot. Then we got a green candle to the upside. And some people, they were getting a little bit, worried because they thought that this was going to be a reversal. But that's why you got the key levels, right? And boom, we got this strong reject off that key level, right? Support turns into resistance, and then boom, we got that move to the downside, and this completely paid us. This was a 150%. This was a really, really nice play, very quick. This lasted literally like 10 minutes. It was nothing crazy, but it was a very, very good entry and a good play, right? Second trade we took was at 11:41, which was 592 calls. And we took this, 11, what time was it again? 11:41. Okay, guys. All right, look. There we go. So if you guys see the key pivot, look what happened to the key pivot. We completely bounced to the upside. We hit that. But then again, right, I just got that 150%. I don't really like taking a bunch of trades right after, not even a bunch of trades, but I don't really like taking a trade immediately after I get out one. I like to wait for another opportunity, another setup, right? Because I don't really feel like giving my gains back that quickly. Like, if I wait and I'm patient and then I take a trade. It doesn't go in my favor. Okay, at least I was patient, but I don't really like playing immediately after I hit a green trade, right? So as you guys can see, yeah, price went to the upside, but then we got this reject off of the key pivot, right? So as you guys can see, these levels don't lie. We flipped down to the upside, and as you guys can see, when price was like a little bit, rally base rally right here, was holding down right here, and then we got the move to the upside. Same thing that happened here. We got price getting bought up at this level, at this key level right here, the support. So I took I wanted to see basically a green wick, right? Basically this flip to the upside. I wanted to see a nice green candle, and then right when we got above above our key level, we took calls, and then we rolled this all the way to the upside, and we ended up closing like around here, and then we got a nice we got a nice like 130% right there. We got some orders, but then we just sold it, so we closed it around like 110% almost, we'll say. But yeah, clean play. I think Wednesday was amazing. Completely sniped this. It was great, and yeah, that was really it. What we took on Wednesday, and we'll go ahead and go on Thursday, right? Let's go ahead and speed it up a little bit. I know y'all hear that jet in the background. That's my computer getting fried. Alright guys, so look, we alright, so this was at 10:17 a.m. The 595 calls, 10:17. Alright, yeah. Alright guys, so we took this trade above our key pivot, and since we were above the EMAs, this went it was like a 25% right there, and I think it went up like 15%, and then it completely flipped. We got reversed all badly, and I said a cut, right? When I said cut, I'm either reducing my risk and I'm selling like basically more than half of the cons, or I'm out, right? Sometimes I leave a couple cons, maybe I might leave one or two, right? In case, right, it flips, and I can get some gains back, right? But then we said re-enter. Basically, I re-added my size again at this at 10:58. So we could say at 10:58. If you would have held this, you still would have went green. It would have been really red, but you would have went green. I think I entered right around 11. So wait, no, 10:58. So right here at this candle, right when we got back above our key pivot. I should have waited for my key pivot down here. This, we had it down. This was our key pivot. These levels, guys, I'm not writing them down. I'm not charting them after the move happens. This was literally, you can look back at the levels that I posted the days before this, and you can see that this is what happened at our key pivots. All right, so no pretending here. This is literally what happened, and perfect key level that we could have played off of this. And we were a little bit, we got a little bit of FOMO. We left a lot of profits on the table right there, because this would have went, a lot better, but we would have bought down here. But we didn't have enough conviction to enter this trade, because I didn't really want to get. I saw this candle right here get rejected, and I was like, you know what? I don't know. I don't want to get smoked again. So I just wanted a little bit more confirmation, and this trade went over. What should it go over? Okay, we were like 25%, right? And we were above the EMAs, so I was chilling above our key pivot. So sometimes, like in the chop, as long as we're above the EMAs, I'm holding. All right, guys, that's how I like to play it. Some of you guys play based on your risk, and if you're down, you don't really want to keep holding, which is understandable, right? You got to manage your own risk, right? Just because my risk is not your risk, right? And your risk is not my risk. So we took another lotto trade. We took a trade, right? Another calls, because I was really bullish here, and this was at 11:15 a.m. 11:15. Where we at? 11:15. Same thing. Price was consolidating. You see this consolidation areas? So I'm looking for an entry. I'm looking for another move to the upside. These consolidation areas, boom. I entered at 11:15, and we got this move to the upside. And then we flipped down, right? And same thing. We were still above this key level. As long as we were above this key level, I'm chilling, right? The trade, we were green, and then we went red. We were up a good 20%, and this ended up going. This was actually a great play here. Oh yeah, these went over 100%. So we got 140%er and then 106% on the lottos, and this went crazy move. This did a crazy move to the upside, right? Even broke above our key pivot, and I think we closed like right around here. I think we closed right when it was above our key pivot or at our key pivot. That's when we got out. And yeah, that was it for the calls, right? And then we took one more lotto. This was a 592 puts. This was at 2 end of the day. Sometimes I take end of the day lottos. And it was at what time? 2:17. Yeah, so 2:17 right here, guys. So it was just this move to the downside right here. And once I saw this candle like completely go green, I think I took a mad chunk of profits right here. And yeah, I took a mad chunk of profits, and I didn't really keep holding right there. It was a quick move because we were really dancing above our key pivot, and I didn't want to really hold runners there. That was a lot of play, nothing crazy. And then we'll go ahead and this was Friday, the last day of the week after we hit all these bangers. We ruined it. I'm just playing. We didn't go red, but it was complete. I usually like playing lottos on Friday. One thing I'm going to start doing, guys, I'm going to stop calling a bunch of calls. I'm not going to. My max is 2 trades. I can't. Especially on Fridays. I'm thinking about just doing 1 trade on Fridays. And we took these hits. We took these red trades because we didn't follow our levels. I'm not going to lie to you guys. We didn't follow our levels, and that's the price you pay when you don't really pay attention to the volume and when you don't trust your key level. That's why we put in the work with our levels, right? Because that way we know we followed our plan. That's the main thing, right? Is you follow your plan. It's not about necessarily every single trade going green, but it's did you follow your plan, right? And this is the reason why we didn't, go green, because we didn't follow our plan on everything, guys. I literally wanted to take calls right here because we've got this nice move to the upside at the open right above our key pivot. And we started coming down. We started bouncing off the EMAs. I wanted to take calls, but this moved so quick like you wouldn't understand. And this would have been a nice play to the upside right there. And we could have, even if this went a little bit red, we took profits, and it was great, right? And I think we took 5.99 calls, and we took this at 9.57. 9.57. We had news coming out, guys, at 10 a.m. I usually like playing lottos off of 10 a.m. news because we usually get a nice move. And we got a move to the upside, and then completely got flipped. This completely flipped on us, and we got wrecked. All right, I didn't go in really that heavy, but I mean it was a red day, and yeah, we took a red trade, but I wasn't even paying attention to my key pivot. We got this rejection off the key pivot all the way down to VWAP, and news is news, right? It doesn't matter. It's like I usually like the thing is when it comes to playing news, guys. It's not about knowing what the news is gonna do, but it's about trusting your key levels, right? Like, you don't know what's gonna happen in earnings, really. Like, that's why everybody says it's a gamble, right? Because you don't know. But it's like, some people like to use their chart patterns, and sometimes they work. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes they don't. But the point is, like I said, is following your plan. Okay. And we were at a key pivot and we didn't even close above. And if we would have took puts at this key pivot, boom, we would have got paid. On me, we would have got paid. Same thing to the downside. We were holding the key pivot down here. Boom, we would have got paid. We were ping-ponging off the key pivots, yo. And I didn't catch one side right. One side. And I was like, man. I was pretty frustrated, guys. I'm not going to lie. And I was like, what the heck? I'm catching the wrong side on every single trade. So we took a lotto and then we added 598 calls, right? And then these went a little bit green. This was at 1042, which was so 1042. This was a horrible entry. We should have taken it off the key pivot. Same thing. We didn't even trust our key pivot. We did get above the EMAs and boom, we got chopped up, wrecked. We held right here because he barely went green because of the chop. And the cons were moving like butt. And then we took one and we tried to follow our key levels right. We didn't even really follow our key levels, but we a little bit did. We caught it in the middle of the range, right? This was 593 puts. This was at 1237. So 1237. So it was right here. We took it right under the 9, right? So this closed into the 9. We took this, and this went green, and then boom, VWAP bounce. The one time it doesn't go all the way down like it did here, that's when we enter. And yeah, we got cooked right there, guys. And this trade actually would have went green if we would have held, but it completely got bought up. And it was, like I said, these candles were like 20-second moves. It wasn't really nothing crazy. But yeah, that's those were the trades that we took this week. As you guys can see, we like to do a little bit of we like to analyze, how many people went red and green. And Friday wasn't really a good day. And this chop for some people was more of a, quick move in and out. That's it. But yeah, guys, those are the trades I took this week. That's a little bit of, my approach in trading. I know it's not the professional way like a lot of these cats trade, and one day we're gonna get at that level. But like I said, we're all in this together. We're growing. Join Central Capital, right? All we do is trade SPY. We do a little bit of meme coins, and we like to look at other chips, right? But yeah, just my goal is just to have a strong community. We can all grow together and just be, very accessible to everybody, and be that person that I wish I had early in my trading career, and be a little bit of a help to others, right? But that's it for this video, guys. If you want me to do more recap videos, just make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'm thinking about doing more of these consistently, and maybe even daily recaps one day, and probably in the near future we'll probably maybe do some live trading, right? But